We've all heard of Leonardo da Vinci. It would take you days or weeks to even list all the books and articles written about the accomplishments of this Italian artist who was born in Italy in the 15th century, and months and years to read all of them. I venture to guess that only a handful of people in New Jersey have heard of Giuseppe Damiano, and most of them are probably in this room today. Sometimes called Joseph, Mr. Damiano was born in Trenton in the 20th century. But these two men have much in common, except for Da Vinci's celebrity and Damiano's obscurity. Both of them were apprenticed at early ages. Their parents saw talents in them and arranged for them to learn from the masters. And both learned and developed their talents and skills in astonishing ways. You know Da Vinci's story. This morning you will learn Damiano's story. Giuseppe finds things in trash piles and turns them into masterpieces. He can build elevators, fireplaces, rooms. He creates new ceilings, new spaces. He can build houses. He can sculpt life-size busts and create miniature figurines. All the products of his creative talents are on display at the home of Gilda Rora Baldessari. Giuseppe has been working there by himself for more than a decade. This morning you will see a short film about Giuseppe and his work. It was produced by the art students of Ms. Jane Craven's class in the West Windsor-Plainsboro School District. It is the first product of a project recently begun by the New Jersey Italian American Heritage Commission and the Mercer County Cavalieri Association. The project will tell the stories of Italian American artisans, craftspersons, and others who have quietly contributed to improving the quality of life in New Jersey. The story of Giuseppe and others like him should not be forgotten. Just as we remember the Mona Lisa and the Last Supper, we would like you all to remember the contributions made by those less famous. They have created beautiful work, contributed to our heritage, and deserve our recognition and thanks. So enjoy the film here about Giuseppe.
Benvenuti. Welcome to my house, or should I say the house that Giuseppe built, because Giuseppe, or Joe Damiano, has worked to rebuild this house, which burned 11 years ago, doing everything by hand, showing his artistry and the influence of his Italian father, who was born in Naples, his mother in Sicily, and what Italian Americans can contribute to our society. This is the first in a series of documentaries to capture the people and their achievements, what they have done as children of immigrants
You have the
in this
pictures and where you
country.
got it from? So the church had fallen down in an earthquake?
See, that's where the church is. Okay? See? And I built the house over here.
Buongiorno,
Buongiorno.
come stai?
Io sto bene, grazie. Sono molto contenta che voi state qui con noi. This is really my home. I've lived here for 48 years. I was widowed twice. My first husband had the house built. My second husband, who was best friends with this gentleman, added an addition. And it's like, he said, if you marry me, I'm going to convert your house into an Italian villa. So I thought, well, what the heck? I may as well marry him and take my chances. But speaking seriously, while I was engaged, I became the honorary vice consul for Italy in Trenton.
Come and see the work now.
And I've been doing that for 17 years. And we wanted the home to look like a place in Italy, so when people come, they would feel welcome and at home. And that's why we're happy to have you here, and we hope that you feel like you're in a little bit of Italy.
my father during when he was young. He was in Philadelphia, and he used to make the cabinets, RCA cabinets. Ever seen one with the horn?
Yeah.
He used to make them cabinets because that's my father's trade. Then the war started, World War I, and he went back to Europe, and he fought for Italy, and then he was a prisoner of war there in Austria. I don't know how many years. Then he came back to this country, and he met my mother in Trenton, and they got married, and that's they loved each other. I mean, loved his family. My father knew my capacity before me. I was real, real young, and my father, all the people that he associated with were masters in their trade. It wasn't like today. They had master in front of the name, and when they talk to you, they call you Master Antonio. I mean, the other guy, Master Palmerone, he was a stonemason, but they all mastered the trade. So my father was sitting in the living room, and I walk in there. My father says, "Panone's going to build a porch on the street." He said, "I want you to go watch him." I said, "Papa, I want you to go watch him." I went and watched him. Next day, my father tells me, "You got to put these things in the yard." So I had the brick. I took the brick, and the first thing I made it out cylinder. Okay, so he knew that I could do it. If I watched somebody do it, that was good. He knows I could do it, so he did it. That way I went right through it like that. My father knew my capacity. I didn't even design. I just do it as I'm doing it. I come up with the design, the material I had. I used anything I had. I mean, I didn't go buy, so I just used it. And that was the end of that. Same thing with that little chain around there. That's all little pieces, around the edge, the bottom there. And then these flower pots, they were just that regular block, regular block 2, 4 by 8 by 16, and I shift them all, and then I stood them up. I just work out of my head like the same thing with this. All these blocks over here are all cut. I cut them all. We're back at the bench, So I just work out of my head, and I work with what I can get my hands on. I don't look for nothing. Just whatever I can got. That's it. That's who I am. I don't know.